Oh, hey guys, Happy New Year. I cannot be stopped. Guys, I know I said I was gonna take a break after Vlogmas, and I'm doing a very bad job because this is the day after Vlogmas. This is January 1st. But I think I've decided I'm actually going to post probably 3 videos a week from now on. Anyhow, I think that's gonna be one of my New Year's resolutions, to post 3 days a week until the end of the year. We'll see if that happens. Also guys, I know I keep wearing this wild fur in March and like, it's actually very comfy. This one and my Canada sweatshirt, they're my favorite. They're so comfortable. And if y'all want to get your hands on this, I'll put a link in the description below. Support our girl, guys. Not sponsored. This isn't sponsored. I just like love the sweatshirt. Oh my God, what's this? See, New Year, I'm like so scattered. Oh yeah, today I'm going to go through my plant-specific New Year's resolutions. There are a lot of things that I can't control. Like, there's a lot of goals in this list that are about blooms and like plants blooming. And I know I can do all I can to try to like help it, but I know there's other factors that contribute to it, like maturity, but we're gonna put them on the list anyways. Are y'all excited? Okay, so a lot of these are growth. Oh my God, I almost... Wow, I like, I only took a day of rest. And now I'm like, I don't know how to film. Okay, where's the list? Okay, the first section is going to be growth specific, whether that's leaves getting bigger, growing something up a moss pole. And so we gotta start off with, I'm gonna fall. We're gonna start off with Miss Melanochrysum here. Something's cracking. This is the newest leaf and she's doing fantastic, guys. But we gotta get her to hit the ceiling. And I love how I can't even like, I'm trying my best to put her in frame, but I can't, guys. Y'all have seen her recently. I want this to mature. I want the leaves to get bigger. I want an uneventful year for Miss Melanochrysum because, I mean, I said it before, thrips, scale, spider mites, root rot, stem rot, like this year, I really just want, what is, I really want an uneventful year. Just so this is easier for future Kevin, I'm just gonna have this as a before. So at the end of the year, future Kevin can just go back on this video. This is the before. I want this to have so many leaves. And I guess something that I'll do to help it grow that big is make sure the new set of adventitious roots are wrapped in moss, attached to the moss pole, and obviously keeping on top of the nutrition of the aeroid mix. And obviously for plants to grow big, you need to give them a ton of light. I've said before that philodendrons, with the grow lights I have, they are very sensitive. So I have seen this philodendron grow pretty well in medium to bright and direct light, like that kind of in between. Okay, the second one. I don't want anyone yelling because someone has done it before and it looks gorgeous. There are a couple of philodendrons, terrestrial philodendrons, that I want to grow up a moss pole. I don't want any comments saying, Kevin, they're terrestrial, they're supposed to crawl, you can't grow them on a moss pole. I have seen people grow crawlers on moss poles and they look gorgeous. And on the flip side, I have seen people try and have been unsuccessful with it, but we're gonna do it. So the first one, I don't know if it's this specific one, but this is just the closest one. I want Miss Dean McDowell to climb up a moss pole. I've grown this plant crawling and she was massive. I don't know, I think it'd be exciting. And just because this one is a relatively young one, I'm just kind of waiting to see what direction it's growing. And then at that point, I'll attach it to a moss pole. Second New Year's resolution, to grow a philodendron Dean McDowell up a moss pole and for it to size up quite a bit and just be successful with it. Okay guys, I'm a little embarrassed to show this one. I'm so embarrassed. Okay, so I know a lot of people have trouble with this plant, and I have as well. And it's funny because a year ago, like, she was doing so well until she got root rot. I want to try to grow my Philodendron luxurians up a moss pole. We're gonna try it, guys. When this plant was in LECA, she was actually a pretty rapid grower. I do find the roots are pretty finicky. They don't like to sit in water for too long. Ultimately, I think that's what happened with the whole root rot situation with this plant. And I don't know if y'all remember, but this plant was reduced to just a stump with like one little growth thing situation future Kevin put in a picture. So then she pushed out one leaf here and 2. So she's only pushed out 2 leaves since the summer. I think that's where that picture was from. And I don't care. I know this plant is a crawler, guys. I'm gonna try growing it up a moss pole. I've only really tried growing this plant in highlight. I know that a lot of people told me that this plant prefers lower light conditions. For me, lower light means medium to bright and direct light. Just for now, she's sitting at a bright and direct light situation. Gonna wait to see how much it grows. And I know this looks like nothing, but this used to be very small and now it's like regular size. So I'm hoping a new leaf will come out. I'll wait to see what direction. It looks like it's going that way, and then I'll just catch a moss pole. So the third thing is to have this Philodendron luxurians like be happy, and second of all, have it grow up a moss pole. I'm just reaching behind y'all. Philodendron UPI. Is it UPI or UPI? I don't know. I recently transferred her into LECA. I want her to grow really big. I want her to have, by the end of this year, those UPI type leaves where it's extremely skinny here, the lobes elongate, and we just have this like fat, like teardrop. It's not a teardrop, but y'all know what I mean. Oh my god. This was supposed to be a calm video, y'all. She is pushing out new leaf. This was very small before. Yeah, very excited. Moss pole, probably. And yeah, that's the 4th one that I want to grow big. Okay, I think this is, I keep losing track, guys, of what number I'm at. I think this is number 5. Number 5, Raphidophora pertusa. So y'all know that this grew really big for me. I want her to be that huge plant again. And as I say that, I haven't checked this plant in a while, and I'm scared that like the roots are like not doing their thing. So currently there's 2 cuttings. Based on my experience, Raphidophora pertusa, they grow really quickly. But I want to try my best to get back to the leaves that look like this. Do that, you know, once it eventually pushes out new growth, because it hasn't. Attach a moss pole. These roots are really, really big and robust. So yeah, we will see. I'm really excited for that because Miss Pertusa, she has been with me from the beginning. And yeah, that's the 5th plant, Raphidophora pertusa. Okay, 6th plant. I don't know which one I'm gonna keep as my mother plant, but it is the variegated Monstera Adansonii. That was too dramatic. Yeah, I don't know which one I'm gonna keep as my mother. This is the wonky leaf. She is pushing out another one. And then this one over here, I just repotted into pon. You can see that new growth point there. I guess I'll see how the growth like grows, but I want this to grow up a moss pole. You're gonna get so big, you're gonna be beautiful. But yeah, I don't know which one. The other one I'm gonna use as a mother plant that I will propagate from. But one of these I'm just gonna grow big and like, I'm gonna try not to chop her, but one to grow big to propagate, one to grow big and not touch at all. Okay, I kind of want to get my Bromarks flame, guys. Oh my gosh, I am in the forest. I want to show you there is a new leaf. I just don't know if I can get it out safely. Oh, okay. Help. Okay. Miss Bromarks Flame. Hey girl. New leaf. Look at this. It looks so weird. It kind of looks like that lettuce. What's it called? Frisee? What is it called? It's hard to see, but this is gonna be the first leaf where it has fenestrations on both sides. So what it's gonna look like, I think, if these 2 fenestrations were also on the other side. So she's really already maturing, so I'm kind of cheating, but like I want this Monstera Bromarks Flame, I think this is plant number 7, to mature, grow more fenestrations, and just have bigger leaves in general. Can you focus, please? Look at that. It might not be focused, but look at that. 7th plant that I want to grow big, Monstera Bromarks Flame. Okay, of course, we're including the 8th plant. There's a fungus net. Oh my god, get away. Get away. Anthurium forgetii. She needs to get big. Okay, let's compare it to my head. So this is how big the biggest leaf is right now. I want this plant to get gigantic. Again, I have 2. I'm gonna let the other one like focus on flowers and stuff. I just want to get this one big and just cut the flowers off. Look at this new leaf. She's coming out. Okay, Philodendron glorious. So new leaf here is starting to harden off, but I want to get those big leaves again. Y'all saw the picture, but the picture again. She was gigantic. Now that she has a moss pole, she'll be more secure. And yeah, so hopefully similar to the melanochrysum will take off and the leaves will get bigger. And yeah, okay, can't really get the 10th plant, which is the Queen Anthurium, the Anthurium Warqueenum, but I'll put like a still or something. Y'all know that I put that, I guess, Christmas tree collar or cone around the adventitious roots. I think moving forward, I'm just gonna put a moss pole. And I got a lot of suggestions, people saying that I should just pop on a moss pole. Still gonna keep the Christmas tree situation. But yeah, bigger leaves, 0 holes or like minimal holes. I just gotta be very careful with it. And just an Anthurium that I want to grow really big in lower humidity. Okay, 11th one is a Hoya. I might change my mind depending, but this is my my outer variegated Archiboldiana. Out of all the Hoyas that I bought during that Hoya haul, it's my slowest growing, and I own the Archiboldiana. This plant needs a lot of support, so I was planning to, just because like I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong guys, I don't think there's that much interest in this Hoya. So you can see the outer variegated parts here. There's not a lot of interest, so I wouldn't propagate to sell. Might as well just like grow this really large, and potentially a Hoya that I want to put on a moss pole. We will see. Ultimately, the goal for this one, or a New Year's resolution, is just to get these leaves big, get this plant nice and tall so the leaves can get a little bit bigger. I don't know if the variegation on the edges are gonna limit how big the leaves get. Yeah, we will see. Okay. The 12th one, she's out of the way right now, but it is my Philodendron strawberry shake. The 3 plants that are in that big bucket of LECA on that LECA pole, those are plants that I am not going to touch or propagate, but I did transfer them recently, so I want those to grow up a moss pole really big. I want the leaves to get bigger. I don't know if y'all saw, but Kaylee Ellen, she did put out a video with these gigantic strawberry shakes. It was a video about like Ben buying like these random plants and she didn't know, but I want those leaves. I want that robust stem as well. So the 12th one is my Philodendron strawberry shake, growing up a moss pole, bigger leaves, bigger stem, bigger everything. Okay guys, I think the last one growth-wise is gonna have to be the Brantiatum. Look at how beautiful these leaves are. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna see, because I know that these leaves can get like gigantic, like in the wild. I've seen them start off around this size and then all of a sudden they take off. I think it has to do with proper light and attaching themselves. So now that I have a moss pole, I'm hoping, and we'll see guys, I don't know. I haven't seen one grow like gigantic indoors, so I'm just curious to see if this one's gonna grow any bigger. I'm pretty sure, and let me just check, because I propagated this plant around 11 months ago, I want to say, or a year ago, into single node cutting, and I know I took a picture of the leaves at that point. Yeah, they're around this size. This is the picture guys. They're around this size. This was taken February of last year. So this was kind of the biggest the leaves got previously before I chopped her up. She's now returned to this size and I want them to get bigger. I really, really would love these leaves to get bigger. And probably a plant that I'm going to keep attaching a moss pole to. I already have 2 attached here. I'm gonna put a 3rd one once she gets up there. And I know I'm gonna have to reinforce the bottom because I don't plan to repot her. Maybe I should repot her actually. I might repot her into one of those buckets eventually, but yeah, the 12th plant that I wanna get massive. Philodendron Brantiatum. And so yeah, those are all the growth related New Year's resolutions that I want in my plants, and obviously there's a lot of factors, but I'm really hopeful. Okay, the second one, I said this before, I'm gonna keep it very vague, but I just wanna successfully pollinate an Anthurium and get seeds. I know the process can take longer, so it might bleed into 2024, but you know, I'm not saying anything complicated. Like I'm talking about Anthurium crystallina magnificum crossed with itself and just having seeds or fruit from that. You know, it becomes tough with Anthuriums because you don't know which ones are compatible with each other. And I'm gonna have to do a lot of research, but I'm gonna see. For now, I just want one successful pollination situation. 3rd thing is very specific to this plant. Anthurium waterburyana. I did what y'all were saying. I had a Ziploc on top of her, the new leaf coming out. I sprayed her a ton. And I think she just hates me because she's doing the same thing. So I can't get her right now, but I'm just gonna take a video of her. So here we are. This is the leaf, guys. She's doing her thing, rolling up like a taco once again. Again, I've been spraying her before this. I'm kind of leaving her now because she's kind of destroyed already. There's no going back from that. Yeah, so my goal is to get a leaf that is normal. There's a lot of times I don't like to give up on a plant. Like that's how I felt about the Brantiatum at one point because the leaves were getting stuck all the time. But I didn't give up, and look at her now. So it's like the only plant I haven't had like a perfect leaf at one point in time. So I really just want that one to push out a leaf without any wrinklinesses, crustinesses, holes, all that stuff. Okay, let's talk about flowers. So I've said before that my goal at all times is to get every Hoya that I buy to bloom eventually. Currently there's only one on the list, and it is a Hoya that I've had since early 2020, so it's coming to 3 years time. I never propagated it. I always gave it super high light. I think the only thing that I'm not giving it is enough warmth, and I do think that these Hoyas require high temperatures, high humidity to bloom. It is the Hoya Archibaldiana Pink, and she is a beast. Like, she has grown so much in the past 3 years. I'm very happy with it. However, yeah, I don't know. I really want blooms. The blooms are beautiful. They're like huge and they're cup shaped. And yeah, I really want this one to bloom. There's a chance I might put her in like, I don't think I'm gonna get a cabinet, but I might put her in like a big plastic clear box to up the humidity. I'm hoping in the summer she'll take off because again, she's pushed out peduncles at different places. I think she pushed out her first set of peduncles a year into having her, and I guess that would be around almost 2 years ago, and she still hasn't bloomed. She just continues with the foliage. I've tried to manipulate the nutrition. I have been giving it more FloraBloom specifically during the summer months just to try to get, you know, some movement, but no luck. Hoya, Archibaldiana Pink. We're gonna get blooms this year. I swear, we totally are. Okay, I'm gonna add two more Hoyas that I've actually had for a long time and they haven't bloomed. Hoya glabra Schlechter, guys. So gigantic leaves. I have had her for a while. I wanna say like a year and a little bit. I added, you know, these 2-wire trellises just so she could mature and grow more. And she's starting to, but it hasn't bloomed for me yet. So we're gonna add the glabra Schlechter to this list and the Hoya Forbesii. Beautiful leaves. The venation is pretty subtle. Can't really see it. When I was downsizing, I just decided to keep a few cuttings. They're finally starting to take off. Like, look at these new leaves. Climbing, guys. How do we feel? How do we feel, guys? So another Hoya that I've had for a while, like almost 2 years. I might be wrong. It might just be a year. But another one that I would love to see bloom. I don't know what the blooms look like. I've tried not to look at what they look like just so I'm surprised when it happens. So even with the glabra Schlechter, hopefully one of these three will bloom. Oh yeah, the fourth one, Hoya CV Kaimuki, similar to the Archibaldiana. So that one also. So let's do 4. Still staying on like the topic of blooming, let's talk about orchids. Currently, I only own 2 types of orchids, Phalaenopsis and Paphiopedilums. Phalaenopsis, I usually have no issue getting them to bloom. The second half of 2022, I did neglect them a lot, and then that's the time they kind of like didn't grow and like I had to transfer them into LECA. So I'm gonna make a bold, like high goal for 2023. I want every single one of my Phalaenopsis to bloom, 100% bloom rate at one point in 2023. I have my Phalaenopsis Miki Fortune Cat 72. So these were already present. So I'm gonna cheat, guys, and I'm gonna count this as like 1 already because I feel like I don't know if this is gonna bloom again. Since she already has blooms. She did push out this, guys. So that's gonna be like a subspike. What do they call? But it might be another like branch that will push out flowers. So we'll see. I just really want to see these blooms again because Phalaenopsis, they're very easy. And like when you compare to the entire orchid family, they're probably the easiest. So yeah. Come on. I just want to see blooms like this. I can't believe these blooms are still on. They're like long lasting. I don't even know. I think like October or November is when they opened. So they're still here. It's January and they're still here. And I'm so happy because someone told me that like transferring might shock because I transferred this into LECA recently. Transferring might have put it in shock, but it's been a month since I transferred it into LECA and like she's still so pretty. Oh my gosh, look at her, guys. Oh my gosh, okay. Another reason why I want to do 100% because like I feel like I'm cheating when I have two other Phalaenopsis that are pushing out spikes. I'm pretty sure this is the Phalaenopsis mini mark. So you can see over here. I'm thinking this is the mini mark because the mini mark usually has thinner and smaller spikes. So just as long as I don't, you know, kill it now, this is gonna be one that pushes out blooms. The second one, and again, I don't have a label, but I'm pretty sure this is the Phalaenopsis. Can you not, please? Kind of scared me. I don't know why. Phalaenopsis Mitu Diamond Panda, I think. Just because I think, I mean, as far as I remember, I think I remember the new set of leaves having like a bit of purple. And so yeah, she's pushing out a new spike. And again, just as long as I don't like knock it off, cut it off by accident, I don't have any ghosts, you know, cutting up my plants again, then this is gonna be the second one that will bloom this year. And I have a count including the one that's already bloomed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I have 8. So not a lot, but that's why I'm guessing 100%. We're gonna be ambitious here. And then looking at my Paphiopedilums, I currently only have 5. I've had a harder time with them. I know you need a lot of patience with Paphiopedilums. All the ones that have bloomed for me, they've either been in spike already, meaning they were ready to bloom anyways, or they already had the flower present when I bought it. So for example, Paphiopedilum belatulum, look at her. And then I think, did I only have 2 that I had? Yeah, I think the second one that I bought in bloom was the Paphiopedilum Dilanatii, the pink version. So look at these blooms, guys. They are gorgeous. I really want to see those flowers again. I have been told multiple times that you need to be very patient. Obviously, you know, there was a setback with just ignoring them, letting the soil dry out. So because I have 5, I want at least 2 to bloom. Let's have that goal. I want at least 2 because I haven't gotten like one that I bought without the blooms or spike to bloom for me yet. So for me, 2 out of the 5 is pretty ambitious to me. And I'm just looking around to make sure that I'm not like forgetting a New Year's resolution. I feel like that's a lot. I know a lot of them are like, I just want this plant to get big. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's any more. There might be some more, but I might share that on my Patreon. I don't know when that's launching, but it's gonna be this month for sure. But yeah, guys, I guess that's it. So yeah, I'm really hoping to post 3 videos. Oh my God, I keep hesitating. 3 videos a week for the rest of the year. And thank you all for all the concern about burnout and everything. You know, ever since I finished Vlogmas, it kind of put me in a rhythm, even though I'm not posting every day anymore. So I think I'll be okay. There's gonna be a lot of plant chore stuff as per usual, just because the plant chores never end. So that'll be like a good relaxing video for me to do at least once per week. I know someone commented recently that they wanted like a plant chore video a week, which is fine. I'm all for that. I also want to see, because if y'all don't know, in January, the amount of money that YouTube pays you from like AdSense stuff, it plummets. And like I experimented last year where I was still, I think, posting 2 videos a week in January, and I noticed the drop. So I just want to see if I notice the drop again this year. Just a little bit like of an experiment situation just for myself and my channel and whatever. Do y'all have any plant related New Year's resolutions? Is it just me, or do people like have like a negative feeling towards New Year's resolutions? Like every time I talk to someone, they're like, ugh, I don't, why would you do something like that? Like I get that response and I'm just like, okay, calm down. Who are you to like judge me on like what goals I want to make for myself this year? Anyways, I literally hear that all the time, but I think New Year's resolutions are good. And again, that's my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it to the very end, thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.